Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Stuart Levine, CEO, and Stan Welch, Vice President of Business Development for the Zellman Group. The Zellman Group, based in Greenvale, New York, is a loss prevention services and consulting company working in the retail, food service, and hospitality industries. Consisting of associates with loss prevention, operations, and e-commerce backgrounds, the Zellman Group Managed Solutions are a customizable series of best practices that can flexibly apply to companies of any size and segment. The Zellman team has the pulse on industry-wide best practices to provide you with individually configured services you choose. From analytics, silver recovery, e-commerce, fraud detection, and operations, their proven solutions provide measurable results. Their civil recovery department encompasses civil demand, restitution, court-ordered restitution, and specialty cases. Their risk-averse approach to civil recovery is led by their chief counsel, with an extended team of attorneys throughout the nation. Their state-of-the-art call center, risk-averse philosophy, and dedication to customer service and client culture keeps them at the forefront of recovery solutions. The Zellman Group's loss prevention analytics offerings are led by industry-recognized leaders who have expertise with a wide array of EBR tools for retail, hospitality, and the food and beverage industries. Zellagent, their e-commerce fraud detection services, powered by Count, provides online merchants with the most robust fraud-fighting tools available. Zellagent focuses on accuracy, speed, simplicity, and value while accepting more orders and increasing sales. Zellagent will help prevent fraud before it occurs. Their consulting services are established on a deep foundation in LP and operations and will provide expert advice and industry-wide best practices. And with that, we'd like to welcome both Stuart and Stan. Thanks for being here, gentlemen.
Thank you, Gus. Appreciate it.
You know, the Zellman Group is a known solution provider in the LP community. You know, what differentiates your team from the other solution providers?
It's a great question. Gus, we're different from the bottom up. When I started the company back in 1997, I came out of being a director with Bed Bath & Beyond, and I had been in the loss prevention industry for 14 years. So I learned the hard way what the demands are of a CFO from our board. When I was with Bed Bath & Beyond, I get last-minute phone calls. I needed certain reporting to go to meetings. And I used civil recovery services. We had analytics. It was at the inception of analytics at the time. But I was an end user before I was a service provider in the industry. So everything was built on the foundation of what would I want if I was sitting in the director's chair. And we tried to build the department that way. So on our civil recovery services side, I'm proud to say that during Hurricane Sandy, we live in New York and that's where we're based at, we had zero downtime. I'm not saying I didn't sit there and process payments along with the crew, but we made it through the storm. And we have a diesel generator. We've invested over $1.2 million in the last 10 years in technology and people. We have 2 Cat 3s. We have a primary with LightPath and a backup with Verizon. We have 92 dedicated SIP trunks going to Boulder, Colorado with our off-site colo. We've had zero downtime in the last 10 years. I should knock on wood.
And this is something you've talked about with me numerous times about the backup stuff that you have, your technology and such. So,
yeah, absolutely. We talk risk averse all the time. You know, you constantly hear it when we're talking about the company because we're very proud of it. Look, we have 1-800-Flowers, which is a nationally known company. We like to recruit from them because they have customer service agents. We don't hire collectors, debt collectors, to be dealing with our clients. We hire customer service agents. We have a training program that's second to none. When they get on the phones, they've sat behind somebody for a month and listened to how to make phone calls, take phone calls, overcome objections. It actually helps when we're investigators because in the same manner that you do an investigation, minimize and rationalize, we teach our civil recovery specialists how to handle people on the phone. They are actually our customers, and treating them properly keeps our clients out of the newspaper and keeps us out of trouble.
And you have one of the most developed, you know, attorney models out there nationwide, from what I understand, and staying in front of a lot of the legislative actions and such.
We do. We're working closely with Maryland Retailers Association. Bill 1239 is going to be coming back for a vote again this year. We're working with the president. We're going down next month and talking about the bill and seeing what we could do to make recommendations for a replacement program, or a replacement code for Maryland that'll work for everybody. Don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. It's been said before, but in Maryland it's specifically true. A couple of the other things that we're really proud of is as we continue to move forward with new technology, we developed a customer service oriented plan. So our recovery specialists now, their bonus program is not based on collections. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. It has to do with customer service scores. So our supervisory and management team listens to phone calls. They're scored on how they handled the customer and the actual customer experience, and they're bonused off of that.
Excellent model.
Thank you.
You know, Stan, you're most recently the vice president of LP at JCPenney. Why did you decide to join the Zellman Group and to come over to our dark side vendor community?
Interesting. A lot of people say that, the dark side.
Absolutely.
So, Gus, it's interesting when the opportunity presented itself for me to look for other work opportunities. I had reached out and different colleagues and contacts, and I reached out to Zellman and talked to Stuart and said, hey, I'm looking for some opportunities. And I've always appreciated the working relationship, because sitting on the side with retail, you have a working relationship with a lot of solution providers. So in 2010, we began using Zellman. And in 2010, I was like, hey, great. Here's some ideas. Can you give us recorded messages? So one of the things we'd ask Stuart, if we had a concern with a customer interaction, we would say, hey, can you pull audio for us? Stuart's team like, sure, we'll get you an audio within 30 minutes to an hour. We could listen to that audio interaction. We would understand that that person was stretching what actually transpired and what happened, which built credibility in the program. So many things that Stuart just covered, the team that he has that's talking and interacting with the shoplift community and doing the collection of the civil, they've got a professional service. They have KPIs that make a difference. And when I was looking to say, where's my next move? What am I going to do? I kind of stepped back and said, you know what? I think I want to look at the solution providers and look at the opportunity, which brought me back to evaluating Zellman and the group and the team. And so I looked at it, and they've got a professional service, but they're all people like myself. We've got the retail experience and background, starting with Stuart and his background. So when I looked at civil recovery and what stood out in 2009 for our company when I was at Penny's, you get legal starts kind of challenging different things. Should we really be civil demanding? Is that the right path? Should we keep doing this? Let's stop doing it. And I said, no, we need to continue doing it. Here's what it does for us. It allows us to pay for equipment, pay for the training of our teams. We reinvest in our teams with that civil recovery. So part of what I really appreciated also with the Zellman Group on civil side is they weren't trying to make money for themselves. They weren't adding attorney fees and additional finance fees. They were really focused on the customer and the end result of the interaction we had, which kept us out of any kind of legal liabilities and any challenges. So it made my decision very easy. I saw Zellman as the best in the industry, and what they provide from a civil recovery, restitution, the analytics team that he has, made my decision very easy.
You know, what's your role with the Zellman Group, Stan?
So as VP of Business Development, I'm going to be putting my hat on from being on the retail side and knowing what the challenges are. So sitting on that other side, I understood what the challenges were. You get expense challenges. Hey, here, I need a solution. So I can be able to understand with the different retailers that are at the VP level or director level, what are their opportunities, understand what do they need, whether that's a civil service, whether that's analytics, and they say, hey, we have some expense challenges, we want to move our team to be in the district, move some headcount around, if you will, to move them to the field. But I am now being able to partner with them to say, we can help you. We offer many services that will help you from a solution standpoint. So that's the piece that I look forward to as a new challenge for me.
Actually, you're going to be able to impact the entire industry as opposed to just one retailer. Obviously, with as huge as they are,
right?
You know, but this kind of opens you up a little bit to impact the entire industry with a quality model, so to speak.
Yes, very, very excited. When I look across all my peers in the industry, and I've had many peers pick up the phone and call me and wish me well and tell me, hey, I want to talk to you. I have some opportunities I want to look at. So our consulting service, as well as the investigative service we offer, we're able to help those companies kind of figure out, and I can talk to them, here's how I did it. And also maneuvering. Sometimes they don't know, how do I line up my IT department? How do I line up my legal department? How would you handle that? I can also offer, here's what I did. Here's the things that I did to convince them, here's the right thing to do, here's how to do it, and here's why it benefits us.
The value-added proposition.
Absolutely.
And you had the experience in the past with their responsiveness and their model reacting to your needs.
Correct.
So that had to influence your decision as well.
Absolutely. Knowing, working with Stuart's team from 2010 till I left, understanding how they reacted to our needs, which was perfect, I could pick up the phone and say, Stuart, did you think about this? How can we look at this from a KPI standpoint? He would figure it out with the team. So what I liked is they provided solutions. When I had questions, they had answers, and they were there for us to figure out what our needs were and how they could help support us.
So a proactive approach to
yes.
that. Because I can testify to that with the interactions with the Daily as it relates to the legislative actions across the country. I mean, Stu and his group have always been, out in front, adding value, helping to add value to the Daily and the news and such. So we can attest to that as well. I mean, Stu, what are some of your key initiatives for 16?
Well, first of all, I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled to be with the company and still be here on the planet. A year and a half ago, I was in complete renal failure. I had a kidney disease that was hereditary. I had both of my kidneys removed, and my wife donated a kidney to keep me alive, which I feel very blessed. It changed me as a person. I let a lot roll off my back now. I'm really, really driven by the phenomenal team we have in New York and around the country. I watch them every day. I could not take phone calls from shoplifters all day long and laugh about it when I'm cussed at, but our team does. Our team works hard to work for our clients. I'm very, very proud of them. This spring we'll be releasing a new program. It'll be recovery driven, but it'll be something that's never been done from a recovery perspective in the United States.
Is this the first time it's being announced?
It is the first time it's being announced, but I'm not announcing what it is.
Okay. I'll take a sub-exclusive.
There you go. And you'll have the exclusive when we have it ready.
Thank you, sir.
With the building blocks, we're in construction right now, and like I said, in spring we'll be releasing it. But we're going to continue down the path of great technology. We have a methodology for taking payments 24 hours a day. We have a phenomenal reporting tool. There's no attribute of information that we have in our database that our clients can't query on in a matter of seconds. It's very easy to do a date range report, any type of report. We build canned reports for clients and make their job of managing us as easy as possible. So we're going to continue down that path, but I'm juiced about Stan joining the team.
Certainly.
People make a company. A company doesn't make people. And Lauren Brigio, our vice president, Linda running our analytics team, Joe running our recovery team, along with Lauren Brigio. I'm excited. 2016 is really exciting for us.
Well, and it sounds like it, and obviously even Stan joining is big news in the industry. And we want to wish you the best and congratulate you and hope you love the darker side.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Gus.
We also want to thank you for being here and supporting the event. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Gus.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching, and until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.